Hey guys, KRX50 here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Drive Defender from Power Rangers Operation Overdrive. This is the standard sidearm used by the first 5 Overdrive Rangers, and includes a few parts. The Drive Defender itself, which is the American counterpart to the Japanese Servi-Buster. The 00 Zip Shooter, which is the American counterpart to the Scope Shot from Bokenger, and was originally sold separately in Japan, and 2 missiles for the 00 Zip Shooter. One with a soft foam tip, and one with a suction cup on the end. So here is the Drive Defender in its gun mode, where it's mostly white and black plastic, with a little bit of red and gold paint, and where there can't be black plastic, there's black paint, and where there can't be white plastic, there's white paint, as well as a little bit of silver and gold paint. Well, okay, I already pointed out the gold as well as red. There's also a sticker right out along here, and molding of what's on the sticker on the back. And we have here the 00 Zip Shooter, which is completely cast in black plastic, but with some red, gold, and silver paint, as well as a sticker on each side. And I will already show you the 2 missiles, so let's get down to the features. To turn on, you have the switch right here, which is clearly labeled with on and off. Though my camera won't focus in on it for whatever reason. Again, I don't think my camera focuses at all. So yes, switch it on by pressing up on the lever. Let's switch. And you get this sound, which is basically the same sound as when you turn on the overdrive tracker. And so in gun mode, you have just one sound of a blasting sound. Holding does nothing. And then you do rapid fire. To switch it to its sword mode, you press down this button and pull up on the main part, then you fold out this blade and you have it in its sword mode, where what's new is you have this. Okay, that's the single sound for this mode, and what's new in this mode is you have this blade here, which is flexible plastic, very flexible, and a little bit of red paint onto it. And the conversion back to gun mode is just as easy. So now we have the 00 Zip Shooter, which comes with 2 missiles, and the main thing is that it can be attached to the Drive Defender through this connection point. By just plugging it in like that. And this is actually similar to a Megazord arm joint in how it rotates at 8 points. But this is a specific size, and you can't fit this into a Megazord, and you can't fit either of these onto a Megazord because of the size. Now, as far as shooting the missiles goes, how you do it is you just plug it in like that, and to shoot you press down this red button. And despite this thing's diminutive size, it actually has a good amount of force behind it. And it just got away from me. And you also have the suction cup missile. And since I don't really have a window to show you, I'll just show you how it does on a flat surface like this. And right like that. Yeah, that actually isn't quite too bad. Now, while you can just load it by pressing it in, a slightly easier way is to push it in a little bit, hold down the button, then push it in the rest of the way. And of course, you can also fire off a missile while it's attached to the Drive Defender, if you want to. Now, these are completely different modes from the Japanese versions. Mainly in that they're shrunk down, and that there's also some chrome on the Japanese versions that was left out. I also think the connection joint was different in that I think that there was actually this part raised out, and so this would attach onto this instead of attaching to a separate hole. And the switching to sword mode was actually a little bit more automatic, because in the Japanese version, if I'm correct, what you did was you pulled on this once it was in this upright position, and the blade would automatically spring out. As well, these unpainted parts right here were actually real kind of coils that were springy and separate from the main thing, not part of the mold. Although I don't really quite know what kind of missile or missiles were included with the original scope shot, so these may be good representations or they may not, I don't know. As far as the sidearm, this is pretty good. In comparison to the Japanese version, it's probably better. I don't have one, and I haven't seen any reviews, so I can't quite say for myself. It may have different sounds, it might not. But, whatever the case, as far as I'm concerned, this is a good toy, and I would recommend this to Operation Overdrive fans. And this may just work as a replacement for the Survive Buster and Scope Shot. In fact, with this one, you get these two together instead of having to buy them separately like how it was in Japan, so that's actually a little bit better. So, please rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my blog at krx50.blogspot.com. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.